the Polish prince himself, the man with all the Polish power, the man who knocked out Corey Anderson on Saturday, Jon Blachowicz, who's very kind enough to join us right now. Who I believe he's in New York City, right? Jan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here in New York. Exactly.
What are you doing in New York, Jan?
No, celebrating my win.
I appreciate that, and you should celebrate. New York's a great place to celebrate. You didn't want to celebrate in Albuquerque or in Rio Rancho?
I was there more than 2 weeks, so I have to change something, and
Yes.
we just go to my friends to New York.
All right.
Because I don't know why, like,
New York's a great place.
Here.
And last week I asked you if you found any Polish food in Rio Rancho or New Mexico. None of it. But in New York, ton of Polish restaurants. You know this, right?
Yeah, I will find it.
Okay.
I will find.
Good.
But, last week in USA, so I'm gonna eat, some local food. After that, I come into Poland, so again, I will start eat Polish food. So
that's true.
I will enjoy the USA.
What's your favorite American food?
Favorite American food? I like steaks. Steaks. Yeah.
Well, they don't have steaks in Poland?
Yeah, but we've got it also. But you do this in, I don't know, different way.
Okay, they cook it differently.
Yeah, meat is different, and I don't know, taste similar but different.
Personally, I like my steak very well done, like extra crispy with ketchup. What do you think of this? A lot of people think I'm crazy.
I like ketchup also.
Yeah,
but I like medium.
Medium. Okay, but not
medium.
Not medium rare, right? That's gross.
No, medium.
See, Jan, I knew I liked you. You're a good guy. Try well done next time with ketchup. It's phenomenal.
Well done with ketchup. Okay, I will try tonight.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, let me know how that goes. Well, congratulations on the big victory. Would you say that was the greatest moment of your MMA career thus far?
I think so. Yes, I took the rematch. You win against Corey, in beautiful way, and maybe I'm gonna be next contender for the title shot. So, yeah, amazing feeling.
When you were preparing for this fight, when you were envisioning it, did you think you'd be able to knock him out that quickly? Was there something in his game that you saw that made you think, yeah, I could finish this guy quickly? Because this doesn't often happen, of course, to Corey Anderson.
Yeah, we believe in that we can finish him really quickly. But I think so that's gonna happen in second round, not in first round.
Okay.
But was in first round, so better for me.
Were you working on that? The counter to his. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was something what we trained in the gym, before the fight, and we just did it.
Amazing. So that particular sequence you were working on the right hand counter.
Yeah, right counter or left counter. That was what I want to do in the fight. It was right hand. So with Drew Cockrow was left hand. This time right hand. Good for me.
Did you feel like it was important to finish the fight early because you were fighting at elevation there in New Mexico?
No, I was there more than 2 weeks, so I used to the altitude, to climate, so I was ready for whole distance. But it's much better, when you win the fight in this way, really fast, because it just tastes better.
Right, of course. What about the extra punch at the end there, the hammer fist at the end? I know that sometimes momentum carries you, but in hindsight, do you wish that you didn't throw that extra hammer fist?
I just did it. That was a moment. I think maybe referee, if he will be a little bit faster, I will not do this. But he stopped for 1 second, and I just watch on him, and he don't stop. So okay, I will do this one more for just for to be sure that Corey is knocked out.
For good measure, if you will. And
yeah.
The talk going into the fight on Saturday was, this is a potential number one contender fight. However, it feels like either you or Corey, if you want to get that title shot, you have to do something spectacular. You have to get a finish. You have to get an early finish, a knockout. I know kind of before the fight you weren't really subscribing that, but now that the fight is over, did you feel the same way? Like, I can't just win via decision here. I have to get a knockout in order to get people very excited?
Yeah, I have this in my head. that I have to do something more, not just win, but win in a really good way. And
That's
I did it, you know. And
yeah.
I hope so that I prove that I deserve for the title shot.
That's a lot of pressure though on a fighter, right? Because when you're going out there, you're trying to win, and there's a lot of pressure just to be in a fight, and then to add pressure on top of that pressure to try to finish the fight. That's got to be different for you, no? I'm sure that you don't always think that way, right? You just want to go out there, win, and be healthy.
Yes, I always want to win the fight in good way, but sometimes it's not possible, you know, because you know every opponent is a little bit different. But I always want to, you know, make a good fight and win in a good way. But sometimes it's difficult.
Mm.
But in this fight, you know, I don't always some kind of pressure, you know. But I know how to, you know, my head is, you know, ready for pressure, and I know how to work with that.
And considering how your last fight went, because it wasn't, it didn't end spectacularly, it was a little bit more drawn out. Did you feel like you wanted to do something, a little more aggressive to show people that you're not just a decision fighter? The fight against Jacare, towards the end, the fans were not very happy.
Yeah, this time I want to, you know, do something more to prove that with the fight against Jacare just was just, you know, one boring fight, and now it's gonna be good again.
And so, did you know that Jon was there? Did you know that he was sitting in the front row? Like, could you sense his presence during the fight or before the fight?
He's gonna be there, so I knew that. I knew that. But you know, like I said before, I don't feel pressure. I was happy that he was there because I can spoke with him after the fight.
Yeah.
It was good for me, and I'm happy that he's there.
What did you say to him when you were pointing at him and talking to him?
That just I said to him something like, "Give me the fight. I'm ready," and just stuff like this, you know, talk
Okay.
to him.
And so, do you feel confident that you have done enough to get that immediate title shot?
Yeah, I I think I did enough. I proved that I deserve. When I'm, you know, beat Corey, now I'm one of the best in the world. So I'm the next one who deserve for title shot.
So,
Nobody. Now
no,
it's my turn. My time.
before you came
And
on, I
just
was talking about this particular story right now that the UFC has two great options, you or Dominic Reyes, and I said that because, correct me if I'm wrong, you said in the post-fight show you don't mind waiting because it was controversial between Dominic Reyes and Jon Jones. Do that one right away and then have you fight the winner, or if you want to fight someone else, have you fight someone else in the meantime and then you go on. I can understand why you wouldn't want to do that. How would you feel if they did do Reyes Jones 2 right away to try to, have a decisive winner there, and then the winner fights you? Would that bother you? Would that annoy you?
you know, I will be angry a little bit, but if they make this fight, so I'm gonna wait for the, you know, winner of the revenge. But I believe that I'm gonna be the next one.
Did they tell you that backstage? Did they say to you, okay, you've done enough, you're next?
No, not yet. We're gonna talk to them maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but now we don't know anything.
When you said in the post-fight show that you are willing to wait, how long realistically would you be willing to wait?
Sorry,
You
because
said I
I
heard you
don't
say
have,
in the post-fight show that
sorry.
you would be obviously you want the next title shot, but you'd be willing to wait, like you just said to us. But realistically, like obviously you don't want to wait a year, right? You're healthy right now. You're eager to go. You're doing well. Realistically, what would be okay?
I can wait, you know, half year, something like this, but not too long, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, after the fight, just give me the pleasant time, and I'm gonna be ready.
I feel like the best thing that you have going for you right now is that Jon seems to want you next. He seemed very eager to fight you. He seemed very excited. So the fact that he seems to be in support of this idea probably puts you ahead of Dominic Reyes. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with you. If he wants, I want. So UFC, let's do this.
Were you surprised that he was so into it? He was standing on his chair. He was like egging you on. He seemed really excited about the fact that you won.
Yeah, maybe he enjoyed the fight, you know. He liked my style in this fight, so was nice, you know, nice talk with him
Yeah. Did you see him
after the
after the
fight.
fight as well?
No,
No, nothing.
just, you know, we don't meet.
How big of a deal is this? I know you're not back home, but how big of a deal is what you're doing right now back home in Poland? Is it getting a lot of attention? Or I know Poland is a big fighting country. Are a lot of people talking about it? A lot of media talking about it?
It's huge, you know. I've got a lot of messages all the time. Someone called to me, you know, they're waiting for me in Poland, but I'm still here in USA, you know. But I know they wait for me over there. It's, you know, it's something big for Polish MMA fans. So yeah, it's really huge. You know, I'm I'm a star right now in Poland, though. But I
Wow.
like it.
So,
It's,
so
it's a good feeling, you know.
you think life is going to change for you now?
No, it's gonna be the same, you know, just more interviews and stuff like this. But I'm gonna be always the same, you know, Jan Blachowicz.
You know, I was talking about your first fight against Corey and how that didn't go your way. And last week on the show, you talked to us about how you didn't prepare properly, you overtrained and things like that. If I would have told that guy back then, 5 years later, you'd be doing this, that you would turn into this kind of fighter, knocking out contenders on the verge of potentially fighting Jon Jones for the belt, would you have believed me? Or was there a point where you started to doubt yourself that you'd be able to get to this point?
No, I always, you know, always believe in myself, you know, that I can be the best in the world. Uh, uh, Maybe a little bit I was, you know, disappointed, but I always believe that I've got the fire inside me and I'm gonna be one of the best in the world, and maybe the best.
Was there anything that you did differently to go on this run, 7 of 8, to get these finishes now? Did you change anything, change coaches, camps, mindset, diet, anything at all?
No, I do the same when I beat David Clark. I start to work with my old coach, and we do almost all the time the same, you know, because if something works, don't change it. Just, you know, if I fight against Corey, so my sparring partners just try to do what he do. If I fight against Jacare, my sparring partners try to do what Jacare do, and this is what we change in our camp, and that's it, nothing more.
Okay. And of course, I have to ask, not that long ago, you did fight Thiago Santos, and he seems to be in that discussion as well. If they did go with Reyes and they said to you, hey, do you want to rematch Santos? In the meantime, would you take that fight, or would you rather just fight Jones and not consider anything else?
I think only about the title shot. Nothing. I will not take any different fight right now. No, just title shot.
Okay. Perhaps the best case scenario for you would be fight Jon Jones, beat Jon Jones, and then rematch Thiago Santos for the belt, right?
Perfect scenario. I
Yes.
agree with you.
And maybe you'd say Dominic Reyes versus Thiago Santos as the number 1 contender fight while you fight Jon Jones.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing to add. You know, nothing to add.
Yes. Well, Dominic Reyes seems to be a little bit worried because he was tweeting about the fight that Jon is going in the direction of you and that maybe the UFC is going in the direction of you. So I'm very curious to see how this all pans out. Do you have a preference as to where the fight happens? Las Vegas, America, anywhere like that? Jon has talked about fighting in Australia, or you just want to fight him? You don't care?
You know, like I told you before, just give me the place and time. But we can do this in Poland. Why not?
Yeah. Something tells me he's not going to Poland, but perhaps I'm wrong. And you have the blueprint, right? Last week you didn't want to tell us. Do you want to tell us now? How do you beat Jon Jones? How does it happen?
I cannot tell you. You know, after the fight, you're
Okay.
gonna see in the fight how
But you will knock him out?
I will try. I will do my best to knock him out.
The Polish power.
Legendary Polish power.
Legendary Polish power. Well, my friend, congratulations on the win. Enjoy it. And hopefully for your sake, you get the title shot. Is there anything you want to say to Jon Jones? He loves our show. He watches every week. Any message you want to pass along to him?
Jon Jones, one more time. I'm ready. Just give me the time, give me the place, and I'm gonna be there.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.